Thanks for watching Blitz. I'm Brian Carr here at Jefferson High School with Tommy Knight, longtime legendary coach here of the Dragons. Coach, really an honor just to come here and talk baseball with you. Really appreciate your time.
I appreciate it, Brian. We're glad to have you. We're off to a good start, and we're looking forward to the rest of the season.
Yeah, good start might be a little bit of an understatement. Y'all have been doing such a phenomenal job, 9-0, 3-0 in region play. Kind of talk about where you would assess this season. I mean, I knew you guys know you would have the confidence to be this good, but did you really imagine having this kind of start?
Well, you hope you have this kind of start, and we didn't really know what to expect. We had a bunch of guys coming back, but, our number one pitcher was gone, and we had some guys that needed to step up, and they pretty much have. And I tell you one thing that's really hurt us, the weather's been so bad. We haven't practiced a lot, and we haven't played a number of games, so we're kind of still figuring things out. I think we got a good hold on what we've got, but we're still got some things that we're trying to figure out here as the season goes on.
And how much of a successful start like this is kind of a ripple effect of sorts from last season's title run? I imagine that the momentum coming off of that weighs into this to some degree.
Oh, absolutely. You got guys coming back, and they're used to winning ball games, and they played in some big ball games, so that experience does make a big difference for us. You want to go 9-0, but you also want to be playing your best ball at the end of the season. So I hope we can keep it going.
Yeah, absolutely. You definitely want to be peaking at the right time. One of the challenges I think any coaches would face coming off a title run, though, like you have, is keeping your guys grounded and hungry. How have you been able to do that for this group?
Well, our guys, hadn't really been a problem. Our guys know what it takes to get there now, and I think that helps. But they also know it's a process, and you got to start the season. You got to play it one game at a time and one pitch at a time. The old saying goes, it's just a little baby step here, baby step there, and I think they understand that. And we haven't really had to talk a lot about keeping them grounded and not being too big headed and going out think you just got the ball game won because you won a state championship last year.
Yeah, and the domination on both sides. We'll look at pitching first, but just north of 1 run per game allowed. This has been phenomenal, and I know it's still early. There's still work to do, room for improvement, but I imagine it'd be hard to have a bone to pick with the pitching staff right now.
No, they've thrown the ball pretty well. We've had a couple of games where they haven't been around the strike zone like I wanted, but other than that, they've been pretty strong pitching wise, and if you got pitching and defense, you got a chance to be successful.
Yeah, and then we look at the flip side on offense. Just as dominant, 9 runs a game, I think, or more at this point on average. You had a couple of close battles, but a lot of double-digit scoring games. And when you got your pitching and your offense clicking like that, I imagine it makes it a lot easier for you. But how much do you feel like the offense kind of feeds on itself throughout that lineup? Because top to bottom, there's not an easy out.
No, there's really not. Like last night, we played Stevens County and won by 1 run, and our 1 through 5 had 1 hit. So the bottom of our order kind of carried it for us, and that's what a team is. You got guys that have to pick up the slack when your other guys aren't doing it, and as long as we continue to do that, I feel good about where we're at.
And this is a little bit added competition this year because you got some of the unknowns of stepping down from 4A to 3A, but that doesn't mean anything with terms of competition. In fact, that might make it even tougher for you guys. What would you say early on about the region so far?
Well, our region's tough. The one we moved out of was tough, and the one we're moving into is tough as well. So, there's some really good teams, and you want to play good teams in the region because once you get in the state playoffs, I think it makes you better. You're battle tested, and as far going back to the big scores, I would like for us to have some more 1-run games, so we're got a feel for what it's like to be in those games. I think that's what makes a difference in the playoffs.
Yeah, not a lot of coaches would want that, but that makes perfect sense to me to be battle tested when it comes time to it. But last question for you, and this may not be a fair one, but you've been coaching here a long time, a lot of W's, a lot of great teams, a lot of great talent. Accolades all over the wall out there on region championships, state playoff runs. But when you look at this team, the way it's composed, where would you stack this among the teams that you've coached so far?
I really think it's too early to tell. We've only played 9 ball games. As far as the start goes, we're off to one of the better starts we've ever had since I've been here. But last year's team was a team that wasn't expected to do a whole lot, and they really did a great job and won a state championship. Every team's different. You got characters on each team, guys that you kind of keep things loose, and you got guys that kind of keep things a little more serious. And this has got a good mix of both. We've got a couple of guys who we have to kind of watched a little bit. They always got something going, and we got some other guys that kind of help us keep them straight too. So I feel good about where we're at. Time will tell, of course, and I'm glad we're off to a good start, and just want to keep it rolling.
Absolutely, you got a great recipe here in place, and I can't wait to see where it goes this year. Like you said, it's early. Let's see if you guys can peak at the right time and bring another trophy back here to Jefferson.
Well, let's hope so. I appreciate it, Brian.
Thanks, Coach.